Hello, everyone. You see the poster on TV, Be the Voice of a Child, and that has a special meaning. And we are just tickled to death and delighted to have this opportunity to come before you on Channel 10, as well as hearing this broadcast over the radio. It is a special broadcast about Guardian Ad Litem here in Person County. And we are privileged and pleased to have with us Nancy Wagstaff. Hello, Nancy.
Hello.
And Nancy, tell us your title, first of all, for Guardian Ad Litem here in Person County.
I'm the district administrator for Judicial District 9A, and I serve Person and Castle County for Guardian Ad Litem program.
And you know, as I was reading over material yesterday and today, I actually heard your presentation at the Rotary Club some months back.
Yes.
And I was so impressed. And I was thinking this just today, I can't think of anything more important than helping a child, a neglected or abused child, to get through life and get through problem times and come out on the good end. And what a rewarding position and everyday thing that you do to help a child. I can't think of anything more important.
Thank you. It is very rewarding, and it just makes your heart feel good when you can do something special. And it's right here in our community.
Yeah.
You know, you watch the TV and your heart goes out to children, you know, all over the world and other countries that need our help. But as well, there are children right in here in our community that could use our help. And so being able to reach out and do what we can, and to have volunteers that are willing to step forward and be the voice of a child who are going through a hard time through no fault of their own.
Yeah.
They're just in a difficult situation, you know.
Yeah.
DSS is working with the family to try to reunite these children, you know, with their family. And so the Guardian Ad Litem steps in and tries to make sure that the children's needs are being met during this period. So it's very rewarding.
And of course, you are the eyes and ears of in front of a judge on some occasions.
Yes, we are.
For the child and
Our program, we have two staff, myself and Nancy Jeffrey, who's the program specialist, and Julie Ramsey is the attorney advocate for our program. She represents the child. DSS has an attorney that also represents the family, but we just represent the child. And, of course, the parents that are trying to be reunified with their children have attorneys as well. So, but the child has their own attorney, which is Julie Ramsey, and we facilitate with her, trying to help the judge get the information that he needs to make good decisions for the best interests of the children.
How do you get referrals, or how do you learn of a situation that needs your attention?
We receive, once a petition is issued by the Department of Social Services to the court, we get a copy of the petition, and if it's neglect and or abuse allegation, then we get involved, and we try to assign a volunteer to that child or those children to watch their case throughout the system and try to achieve permanency for that child. The main goal is reunification with the parents. Yeah. And that's what we hope to do. But if that doesn't work out, then we try to find permanency through family members, through kinship care, through adoption, whatever best, you know, meets the needs of that child. We try to make sure that child doesn't fall through the cracks.
Gosh, this has got to be so rewarding for you.
It is.
And Nancy?
It is.
You and Nancy and Nancy.
We have two Nancys. We do. We have a volunteer that's Nancy, so we have several Nancys. But we currently have 35 active volunteers for Person and Castle County. But we average from 95 to 100 children. So, of course, we need more volunteers.
Is that a month, or?
That's an average.
Average, okay.
Yes. For like right now, we're serving 102 children right now. So that's, you know, it averages 95 to about 105 with both counties. Person County alone averages 95 children that we serve at one time.
And you do serve person and casual, you
Yes,
mentioned.
Judicial District 9A,
Yeah.
which is person and casual. We have the same judges for both court system.
How often do you appear in court? Is it weekly or?
We are on the DSS schedule, so in Person County, our standard schedule is the first and third Mondays of every month.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's the last Monday if it's 5 Mondays in a row. And then in Caswell County, it's the first Tuesday and the fourth Tuesday of the month. And so it's pretty nice to know what day you're scheduled for court. That way, if you're a volunteer, you have it. You know that when your case goes to court, that it will be on one of those days. But it's not that often. In the beginning, it may be once a month. Then it may phase into once every 90 days. And then when it goes into a little more lengthy period, the court schedule might just be once every 3 months, and then possibly once every 6 months. And then we're hoping to achieve towards the end, permanency within a year is a goal.
How did you get started? I'm just interested.
I retired.
Okay.
From Eaton Corporation as an engineer, and wanted to do something else that was different. So I saw this to go into the human services field. I wanted to do something worthwhile.
Yeah, and you surely are.
And so when I saw this and read about the Guardian Ad Litem program, I just thought it was such a worthwhile, thing to do. And it is a passion of mine. It really is a passion.
I'm sure.
And when I first started doing this, the thing that frightened me the most was trying to recruit volunteers, because even when my children went through school, instead of selling paper, wrapping paper, candy, I would just buy it myself because I didn't like to approach people for things like that. But with this, because it's so worthwhile, I enjoy approaching people and asking them, do you know about the Guardian Ad Litem program? Would you like to be a child advocate? We need your help. So trying to educate the community is something that is an ongoing thing, to let people know that this is a volunteer position that doesn't require a lot of time. Some of our volunteers work full-time if they have a flexible schedule. Some are retired. Some are stay-at-home parents, that have some free time. So it's very flexible to be able to do this. It doesn't take an extremely large amount of time.
Right. So you are continually looking for volunteers all the time.
Absolutely. We are always looking for volunteers. It's unfortunate that right now we're receiving more petitions than ever. So that means our caseload, the number of children. When I first started this 15 years ago, I think we averaged 60 to 70 children, and now we're at 95. So the increase in children, is on the rise. That means we need more volunteers. We need more child advocates to help us.
What are some of the things that the volunteers may do?
We train volunteers.
Okay.
So they would go through a screening because of the confidentiality, of course, that we have.
Right.
So they would fill out an application, and we would train them to be a child advocate, and it's 30 hours training. And once they complete the training, then the judge swears them in as an officer of the court because of the confidentiality. And we have a court appointment order once you're assigned to a child. And you take that with you if you go to the school, if you were to go to check on a child that was having medical issues, you'd take it with you. If you were going to go visit the child in a foster home, you would take it with you so that they would know who you are, And so you carry that appointment with you during the duration of that case. And then once permanency or reunification is achieved for the child, then the case is closed. And then maybe assigned to another case if you want one. We have some volunteers that just love this and enjoy feeling that they're making a difference, and they want another case. You know, they'll want to. We can only give 3 cases at one time, but we have people that want more cases, so that's a great thing. But what would be even better is if we had enough people, you know, that we didn't have to try to ask someone to take more than one at a time. But
the ultimate goal is to look for a happy ending, isn't it?
Happy ending is always the goal. We've celebrated in court if a parent has done what they needed to do to get their child back, and the child is returned and is at home. Everyone in the courtroom, including the judge, stands up and gives them a hand.
Wow!
You know, it can have a good ending.
A lot of tears.
A lot of tears for happiness.
But a lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work, a lot of heartache if it doesn't work out. But we always focus on the positive, you know, trying to achieve permanency for this child. So this child will have a family, will have someone to look after them, and won't age out in foster care, and won't age out in a group home. But we'll have someone.
Very touching. Well, we're coming up on a special month in April. In fact, we have right here a proclamation.
Yes.
You want to hold it up?
Yes.
And it's from Governor McCrory, and he is designated, as it says right here, Guardian Ad Litem Child Advocate Month by the governor of the state of North Carolina. And we're going to talk about that some too.
Yes, April is Child Abuse Awareness Month. It's
Exactly.
National Child Abuse Awareness Month. So it's a big month for our program and other programs, Department of Social Services, Partnership for Children, Roots and Wings, other agencies that are in collaboration to help children gather together in April, and we try to educate the community of the importance of reaching out and helping children in our community. So there's a schedule for the Week of the Young Child starting April the 8th.
In fact, we have
April
that.
16th.
We just happen to have it.
Yes,
I have it right here if you want to refer to it.
And so we're trying to help with this. Partnership for Children take the lead on this, and then we try to help out. And they have a schedule that's will probably be coming out to the public soon. I know it's already been sent around an email, but there's several. Pinwheel Garden Ceremony at Union Bank is Friday, April the 8th, and that's sort of the kickoff for the month. And Guardian Ad Litem will be there, and we're going to try to help with that. And then there's a breakfast that's sponsored by the Chamber on Wednesday, April the 13th, and Guardian Ad Litem we'll be there. We've invited our volunteers to come and have breakfast as our treat, and so we're hoping that we'll have a good turnout for that, for Guardian Ad Litem as well as other collaborative agencies. So it's going to be a lot coming up in April, so be a good time to jump in there and volunteer.
Yes, it would be. We'll be running some announcements on the radio, public service announcements about the month. And in one of the announcements, I just happened to pull one of them, and I was reading it over. Just in North Carolina, more than 1,900 children need someone to speak for them.
Yes.
That's in the state. And we have plenty in our county, as you already mentioned. In fact, the announcement that we'll be reading says, join us and volunteer with the North Carolina Guardian Ad Litem program. You'll receive training. We've talked about the training. Work along with an attorney to research and advocate. Is that the right way to say?
Right.
Advocate for the best interests of abused and neglected children in court. And then they say if you would like to find out more about being the voice of a child, you can visit a website called Volunteer for Gal, volunteerforgal.org. There's a number you can call 336-503-5265. Is that local?
That's my number.
That's what I thought.
That's my number.
You have a Facebook page?
We don't have a Facebook page, but there is one for the state.
For the
Carson
state,
County doesn't have one.
Yeah.
We've thought about trying to put one together, but there is a Facebook for the state, and you can go on there and get it through that website. And there's an application online as well, which we always look forward to seeing if there's an application coming through. But, yeah, you can look at the Facebook for the state website and Facebook page. And also just call us on that number as well.
503-5265. You certainly have our support here at the radio and the TV station, and we're going to get plenty of publicity out for you. As we kind of conclude today, we've learned about what it is and what the function of Guardian Ad Litem is, and how you can help and lend support, and volunteers are needed. And we've learned about the month of April being a very special month. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we conclude today?
Well, I am starting a training class on Wednesday, the 6th of April. If anybody hears this and would like to call me, they can join in on the class, fill out an application, and get in on this class. Because we only offer training classes. Well, we offer them as often as needed. We advocate to get one going 2 or 3 times a year. So it'd be a great time for somebody to jump in right now if they hear this and it sounds interesting. Just please give me a call, and we'll try to get them involved on April the 6th.
And if Nancy's not there, Nancy may be
there. The other Nancy. If this Nancy's not there, the other Nancy will be there.
That's right.
And we are always there. Once you take a case, she or I supervise and help with, so you're not left alone.
You're going to have plenty of help.
I got plenty of help. Yeah. We're always there, to help out. And so we'd be glad to have anyone join us on April the 6th if they're interested. And then we'll probably have another training. We usually shoot for midsummer, July, for another training.
Okay.
Unless we had enough people just calling us, we'll have another one before then.
All right.
We would never lose an opportunity to have someone be a voice for a child.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you that number again. It's, of course, area code 336-503-5265. And please consider it volunteering. And as I said, I can't think of anything more important than helping these children, abused and neglected children. And I commend you for your big heart that you have, and the hard work that you and the whole team, your whole organization, what you're doing for our children.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate it, and appreciate you having me today and helping me spread the word.
You bet.
And
it's our pleasure.
I think the goal is to have 100% coverage for these children.
Yes.
So that no child has to go to court without a child advocate by their side. And so I think this may help us reach that goal. Thank you.
You're certainly welcome. It's our pleasure. And as we said a little while ago, happy times and clapping and good tears in the courtroom.
That's right.
We all like happy endings.
That's exactly right. We do. And so we look forward to more of those.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
It's been our pleasure.
Thank
really.
you.
And,
Thank you.
Okay, folks, you've heard the challenge, and you've heard the needs and the things that need to be accomplished, and it's an ongoing.
It's ongoing.
It's an ongoing need that will be with us, and we look for more happy endings. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank
folks.
you,
We hope
everyone.
you enjoyed it, and tell your friends. You'll be hearing this on the radio as well as the public service announcements, soliciting your help and your assistance and your volunteerism. I guess that's a good word. And we thank you so much for being with us. Appreciate it.